So you'd rather vote for a corpse over Trump or Kamala?
Yeah, pretty much.
I pray to God that it's Trump.
We're not grabbing anybody by the pussy, buddy.
What do you think about Trump?
Boo.
Trump's a felon, he's running for president. You're a felon, you can't vote. How do you feel about that?
Trump's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
I want us to vote for America at the end of the day.
America's a shit show. We might as well just have Jerry Springer the president.
Donald, don't need your protection. Stay away from me.
So let's make her president. That's smart, right? Let's have an employee that we don't know what they've done for 4 years, and let's put them in charge. Let's make them the CEO.
We need Trump back in office.
You don't see black cops out here running around killing white people?
So he the GOAT. Trump gonna skin that paper down. I can't wait to meet him.
Biden, Harris, Trump, they've all given $3 billion a year to bomb the Palestinian people.
What you mean fully black?
Who wanna vote for Trump?
You think Trump planned the assassinations?
He could if this is America.
We don't think she's black at all.
I think Liz Cheney is a hero.
One thing about Donald Trump, he's a goddamn devil, but I respect that devil.
Trump could have planned an assassinations attempt, and Kamala might win. It's America, who knows?
But
What do you
don't
mean?
tell the other black people though.
We're gonna tell them all.
I know he's at the beach when the hurricane hit.
A liar, misogynist, downright dirty. Worry about your money, Kamala.
Trump is a jackass.
Trump's gonna give you the stimmy?
What? Trump got the bag, man.
Hey, Donald Trump will come you hard, take you to a cruise right here? No.
Trump got the bag.
Donald Trump can have you hostage spend that one here? No.
Trump breaks bread, Kamala does not.
Y'all stupid.
What's up, Don Jon? How you doing?
Well, it doesn't matter when you don't vote.
Groceries were cheaper, gas was cheaper.
The immigrants are disrespecting women.
Yes.
Seemed like everything was cheaper.
They say them geese, you cook one of them geese real slow, and you take the grease off of it, you pour it in the dressing. They say that's good dressing.
Yo, she's black. We gotta represent her.
Bye, Kamala. See you later.
In 2020, Joe Biden narrowly beat Donald Trump in Georgia by a mere 11,000 votes, the closest margin of any of the states in that election cycle. Close to 50% of the state's population are minorities, and with Trump now polling significantly better among African American males and Hispanic voters than he ever has before, does Trump have a chance to take back this now crucial swing state? We travel to Atlanta and Savannah, Georgia to find out.
Who's gonna win on election night?
They'll probably rig it again.
Think it was rigged?
It was rigged, definitely rigged last time. How do you have dead people voting?
So Trump's gonna win.
He should win, but it's probably not gonna happen.
Hey there, thanks for watching. We've got a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers before the election, so join us. Hit that subscribe button.
Why Trump?
Why not? Cheaper gas, cheaper groceries, everything.
He's the one.
Yes, he's the one.
What do you think about Kamala?
What has she did in the last 3.5 years? What is she gonna do now? Trump or Kamala?
You come from Germany, we are for Kamala.
Kamala? Why Kamala?
Trump's kind of an asshole.
Trump or Kamala?
It's easy. Kamala.
You think she's gonna win ultimately?
No.
No? You think Trump's gonna win? Trump's a felon, he's running for president. You're a felon, you can't vote. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
How about the immigrants? You think they're gonna vote?
If you're American, I pray you vote, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
If you had to vote, who you vote for Kamala?
I'm sticking Democrat regardless. After January 6th, Trump should still, it's crazy.
What do you think of the assassination attempts?
I think it was a hoax.
Those are hoaxes?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Did you see that picture with the bullet right next to his ear? You think that was fabricated?
Yeah, I believe that he made it up. Yeah, I just believe they're trying to make Trump into something. Now, after January 6th, that's when I believe he have no say. He shouldn't be part of this, but...
Why Harris?
I'm a Democrat.
Do you like Harris, or not really?
I really don't know nothing about it. I'm trying to find out.
What do you think about Trump?
Boo.
Trump or Kamala?
Third party.
Jill Stein?
To be determined.
What do you think
it
about
doesn't matter when you don't vote.
Who do you think ultimately is gonna win on election night?
I think it's going to be a very big surprise.
So Kamala.
I cannot say that.
Why Kamala?
She's my sorority sister. I think that her plan is better.
Is there a specific policy?
No, it's not a specific policy.
On election night, who do you think's gonna win?
Kamala. I definitely think Kamala's going to win.
Or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why Kamala?
She's the best.
Well, y'all like Trump?
We love him too. He's funny.
He's funny?
Yeah, but to run the country's a little too chaotic.
Okay.
But Pamela, I think but we still on the fence, so let's just say that. But right now, we're gearing towards Pamela. But
Why you say Pamela? Okay, Kamala.
I've been drinking.
What do you think about Kamala?
Don't ask. This is Sunday. I wouldn't want to say anything derogatory about her on Sunday.
I got you.
I'll do it tomorrow.
All right. Who you voting for in 2024?
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
Donald Trump.
Why Trump?
I like his policies, and he can form a sentence better than Kamala can.
What do you think of Kamala?
Not very much.
What's your favorite Trump policy?
Probably the tariffs that he placed on China, have more American goods made and processed.
Things made more here in America as opposed to shipping them out to other countries.
China was placing tariffs on, or we were placing tariffs on China when he was president to have more goods processed through Europe coming into America.
Who do you think ultimately is going to win on election night?
I think Donald Trump will win.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump. I mean, why would you have to ask?
Why Trump?
Because he's better.
What do you think about Kamala?
Not much.
What do you say to people who say that Kamala is a better way forward for America? What do you say to those people?
I just keep my thoughts to myself.
Were you better off 4 years ago or now?
4 years ago.
Come election night, who do you think's going to win?
Yeah, not Trump, because it's rigged. If Trump loses, it's rigged.
Oh, Trump.
Why Trump?
Absolutely, because he is just a horse, a great, strong guy, and we need him now. This world is going to pot, and he's not for that.
Who's gonna win?
Trump, absolutely.
Why Trump?
So he the GOAT.
Why is he the GOAT?
Trump gonna skin that paper down.
You gonna make more money with Trump?
Yeah, I can't wait to meet him.
How's life under Kamala right now?
She's smooth.
But you think it's just gonna be way better under Trump?
Yep.
What do you think of Kamala?
She alright. She just need to loosen up. She really talk too much. If she just sit there and stop doing so much talking, she'll be alright.
Kamala needs to shut up and Trump needs to win.
Trump need to win.
Why you like Kamala?
Change. I think that she can bring change that she was unable to do as vice president.
Her slogan's a new way forward. You think she's gonna achieve that?
Hopefully, especially for the youth and the development of the country, and hopefully they bring this country together because there's a lot of division.
What would you say to a Trump supporter to try and get them to vote for Kamala?
Listen to the commercial, listen to what they're saying, and vote according to their own conscience. What's good for them may not be good for me, but they vote their conscience.
On election night, who's gonna win?
Kamala.
You're voting for Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why Kamala?
Seriously?
What would you say to a Trump supporter to convince them to vote for her?
I don't think there's a way to convince a Trump supporter to vote for Kamala. I think at this point, if you're undecided, you got to pay attention more.
Why Kamala?
Because I ain't trying to go through another 4 years with that liar.
Do you feel like you're better off?
Much better off with Kamala than I would be with Don Jon.
What is your favorite Kamala policy?
Continuing affordable health care and then trying to help the middle class, because we know we ain't going to get that with Trump.
He did give, almost a $3 trillion tax break to the wealthy.
Of course he's going to do it. He's wealthy.
What do you dislike the most about Trump?
A bunch of things. It's so many things that I don't really care for. His character, a liar, misogynist, downright dirty.
On election night, who do you think is going to ultimately win?
I'm prayerful that Kamala will.
None of them? Why not?
Kamala is the vice president for genocide, so no way I'm voting for her. And you know how hateful Trump is. So we're done.
Okay. Free Palestine?
Free Palestine, definitely.
We've been going everywhere.
Biden, Harris, Trump, they've all given $3 billion a year to bomb the Palestinian people.
Deporting millions and millions of hardworking people from this country, hating gay people and trans people. Have you seen some of the advertisements that he's been putting on lately? It's disgusting. Fascism cannot exist in America.
If there was somebody, who would it be in this race? Like, who are you guys leaning more towards to help you?
Neither of the two major parties. The two major parties seem to have been fighting each other for decades now on who can be more conservative and right-wing, in my opinion.
Donald Trump poses an existential threat to democracy in this country.
Kamala Harris does not represent me or anyone else I know. Kamala Harris could make a choice right now to end what is happening, and I will not be voting for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump because of what's happening in Palestine.
I cannot support Trump, of course. I cannot support Biden. I cannot support Kamala.
Now, Kamala has said that she is calling for a ceasefire. What do you think about that?
I think that those are words so that she can win over the Arab vote, and she knows that very well because she actually has power. It would be one thing if this was a candidate who's not actually in power right now. For her to motion to these things, it's like, we know you got the power. Like, you don't need to just say words. You could actually do something right now.
When Kamala wins, what's going to happen to the war in Palestine?
I think it's dependent upon what's happening in Palestine right now. War starts with Iran and Israel. Kamala Harris is going to have her hands tied.
What do you say to people who think that Kamala can end the war?
What proof has she given? Actually, I agree. Kamala, Biden, Trump, they can all end this genocide tomorrow.
Now, Trump did have peace when he was in there. A lot of people bring that up. When Trump was in there was no war. What do you say to those people? Because there were no wars. What do you think about Trump?
That's absolutely not true.
Things have only been getting worse. Everything gets ratcheted up. Trump is no alternative.
There were wars. Trump actually escalated the situation by trying to move the embassy into Jerusalem, which
that
is
escalated
land. Yes, absolutely.
I'm not voting for Kamala. I'm not voting for Trump. My choice is with Claudia de la Cruz.
So there are many, many UN resolutions, global resolutions about the grave human rights abuses of Israel. Trump took a very clear side and he escalated tensions there.
They've already lost our confidence. They have lost our hearts and minds.
Arguably, Israel might not even feel as emboldened as they are right now if it weren't Trump saying Israel, Israel, Israel. And basically, it is fueled by Islamophobia and anti-Arab racism.
None of this is normal. This country ain't normal.
I look at how much money Kamala Harris is spending, how much money Donald Trump is spending on getting votes, and I think it is reprehensible.
Who do you think is going to win on election night? Who's going to win on election night?
Could be either one of them. None of this is normal, so we're going to fight for something better than normal. We're going to fight for a new system.
I really honestly don't know. I thought it was Trump before Kamala came in. Now I think it's a toss-up, but I'll tell you that people are going to lose on election day no matter what, and that's what I'm worried about. I want to build power amongst us. I want to find people who actually know that election day isn't really going to help us. It's probably only going to hurt us. So what's our agenda besides this big performance that's happening that's taking our attention away from what really matters?
Oh, neither one.
Why?
Because, man, it don't make no difference.
Who's the least bad?
Trump. At least he's straightforward about his bullshit.
So if you had to vote, you'd go for Trump?
I'd say, yeah.
What do you think of Kamala?
It's too many questions behind it. I haven't got a straightforward answer out of it.
Ultimately, who wins on election night, Trump or Kamala?
Oh, Trump, most definitely.
You think Trump is the beginning of our country's downfall?
Believe so. Either way, it's going to be a downfall, but he's going to be the face of it.
How about when he was in the first time?
First time, yeah, it was a setup.
Government set up for him to get in there?
Hell yeah. You need a fall guy.
What's your favorite Kamala policy? What's your favorite Kamala policy?
About abortion. Needs to protect the right to abortion and everything. I think is super important. Kamala kind of changing how this country views abortion is really important.
Recently, Trump said he was the protector of women.
He's the protector of women. Do you believe that?
What do y'all think?
I don't know how you can protect women if you're sexually assaulting them all the time.
Donald, don't need your protection.
Let women decide who they want to protect them.
Stay away from me.
I think he's as strong on abortion as I would want him to be. Is he pro-women? I think so. He's definitely more pro-women than the other candidate.
What do you say of women who have a problem with Trump's abortion?
They lie and say, oh, he's going to ban abortion. No, he says let the states vote.
Trump is always talking about how they can kill babies in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's happening 99% of the time. I think that's only something when the mother is about to die.
I personally would never have an abortion, but I almost died because of a pregnancy. And if I did not have excellent reproductive health care, I wouldn't have 2 additional children.
It's not your right to kill a baby that's inside of you. That's not a reproductive right. The mom's life matters more, and if that's where the family's priority is, I think that's what matters. But I don't think that literally ever happens. And most of the time, if that's the case, I feel like they can C-section it out of there or something and not have to have an abortion.
It comes down to a fundamental right to have autonomy over our bodies and not allow the government to say what my doctor and I decide what is right for my body.
Why not Kamala?
There was no alternative. They threw Biden out and they put her on. Well, I don't like the fact that, a lot of people jump behind her because of her race and because she's black, and I'm not even sure that's true.
What do you think she is?
I watched a lot of Candace Owens recently, and she has brought out these documents that say she is Indian and her pops is a Jamaican resident, but he's not an actual Jamaican.
You think that's a big deal for people?
I think a lot of people jump behind her because she was black. I think that for a fact. Or, she's a woman of color. But mostly the black vote came because I hear constantly from my own people, she's black. We got to represent her.
A lot of young black men are going for Trump. Do you see that at all?
I don't, unfortunately. I don't. I've seen it more often on this election than the last one, but I don't see it a lot.
What about Trump resonates with you?
I own a business. My pops, has his own business as well. The country was in decent shape when he was in office. That is a fact.
Well, who will win the election overall?
I think Trump will, because I think what's going to come out about Kamala not being, 100% black and that her lies are going to come to the light, I think people are going to jump in the other side.
Do you trust Kamala?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
You trust Trump?
I don't particularly trust Trump either. Like I said, lesser of two evils.
What's going on with the immigrants? What do the people need to know?
They need to know that they're getting our benefits. I don't know why they're here. I don't know why Kamala Harris is letting them in. You got the Ukrainians coming over here, living in hotels for free, better than your and my house. In New York, they're getting $5,000 cash. They're getting $13,000 in food stamps. Why?
I don't know. Why?
Because of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Why are we living in this country and somebody coming over here that ain't paying taxes doing better than us?
What do you say to people who refute that? A lot of people have been saying that, that's not true, like the immigrants aren't being treated this way. What do you say to folks who say stuff like that?
They're ignorant.
And remember this guy because we'll be coming back to him later in the video.
I'm not against either whoever wins, but
I'm a Trump guy.
What would make you want to vote for Trump or Kamala?
I'd say Trump's first 4 years were actually pretty good, decent. He didn't do too bad. It's just a lot of people don't like him, but it's more so of his personality, things of that nature. I wouldn't be against it if he won again, but I also wouldn't be against having the first female president in office.
Is there anything besides that for Kamala, or is it just kind of like the historic aspect of a first female black president?
I won't say anything more. I just say that.
Was it better 4 years ago, or is it better now?
Say it's still the same.
How about you?
My life was way better when Trump was in. Groceries were cheaper, gas was cheaper, seemed like everything was cheaper.
What do you say to people who have a problem with Project 2025?
I don't even know anything about that.
What do you think about January 6th?
I think that was just a bunch of rednecks wanting to show out.
You're saying that didn't represent Trump supporters as a whole?
No.
Those
and
are
he
all.
also got shot.
They say that they think that's a hoax, that he staged it to gain notoriety. What do you think about that?
I don't believe that. He was getting set up, and I think the Clintons and the Obamas want him dead.
You think they're going to kill him before the election?
They would probably love to.
Who's going to win on election night?
I hope Trump.
If Kamala wins, what's going to happen?
I have no idea.
100% Kamala Harris.
Really? Why you guys like Harris?
She is a serious person, grounded in a fundamental understanding of the Constitution, the laws of this country, common sense, and personal autonomy. And that's qualifying in my book.
She behaves like a grown-up.
A lot of Trump supporters I talk to, they say he has common sense policies. What would you say to that?
For example, tariffs. Let's just pick a topic that he talks about a lot. He's selling a bill of goods to the American public because it will not be the Chinese companies that pay more. It will be the American consumer that pays more. I think if you dig down into most of his common sense policies, you'll find that there's something there that either benefits his wealthy donors or himself, but not your average American.
Lack of understanding of what a tariff is and how that additional cost will be passed on to us. This policy of sending back 10 million immigrants is not quite smart.
What should be done about the immigration problem?
I think both sides of the aisle have got to come together and put something reasonable that allows folks who come here looking for a better life to establish themselves, prove themselves, and attain citizenship.
You think that can happen?
I'm hopeful.
A lot of Trump supporters I talk to, they think that their grocery prices were kind of lower back when he was president. Gas prices were lower back when he was president. Rents, mortgages. What would you say to them?
No, they're not wrong. When you look at the markers, the economic markers that the president might have some ability to affect, control, those markers tick the boxes. They have been addressed in the way that they can be. Inflation is at an all-time low, but it doesn't mean that it's reality. We're not seeing it. And I think that is is quite possibly, a disconnect that probably needs some time to fix post-COVID, post the pandemic. There might be some industries in this country that are taking full advantage and charging more than they should.
So you think the corporations were to blame, not necessarily like the president?
Nobody is 100% to blame for any one thing, but they play a role, yeah.
If you were talking to an undecided voter to try and get them to vote for Kamala, what would you say?
Do you think it is your right to control or to have some choices in your health care, in your reproductive health care? To understand it as a human right to get the health care that we need is an important reframing of that subject.
Donald Trump always talks about, them killing babies in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month. Do you think that's true? And whether it is or not, do you think that should be happening? What do you think?
I don't believe that is happening. It's a really unfortunate and I think habitual practice of his to tell a tale about something that is not happening in this country.
Who's going to win on election night?
Kamala Harris.
Donald Trump becomes president, what's going to happen?
I think it'll be such a far pendulum swing that once people experience it, I suspect it'll swing the other way in the future, without going into detail about what his policies might bring about. Kind of frightening to me. I think that they will be found to be unconstitutional. Every legislative process is going to be held up in the courts. Because of that, he's going to take every possible executive privilege that he can and suspend rights that we're very accustomed to, and that's very frightening. It's a very frightening prospect.
Will women's lives be in danger if he becomes president?
Yes, I believe they already are because he was president.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why are you going to vote for Kamala?
You look better than Donald.
If you had a night with Kamala, would you take it?
All night long.
How long would you last? Just a minute?
Almost.
What's your favorite Kamala policy?
Let women do as they choose to do with their body.
So abortion. Okay, play us a song.
I guess you say what can make me feel this way, Kamala. I'm talking about my girl, Kamala.
Why Kamala?
Because I just feel like that's just the right vote. I mean, I'm not a Trump hater, but I feel like it's time for women to, show everybody what they got.
Who you think's gonna win ultimately on election night?
Probably Trump, but I feel like somehow Kamala gonna get it.
Who I vote for? Trump.
Okay, why Trump?
Because the Kamala and Biden fucked my money up.
Thank you. I was a Democrat, but I think I'm switching.
Okay.
Yeah. But
What do you
don't
mean?
tell the other black people though.
We're gonna tell them all. Black people feeling like we have to vote for Kamala. What would you say to black people who feel that way?
Worry about your money, Kamala. Worry about that bag, and Kamala fucked up the check. So her. I don't care what color she is.
Trump's gonna give you the stimmy?
What? Trump got the bag, man. Trump got the bag. Trump breaks bread. Kamala does not.
Did you get the PUA or PPA?
No, I didn't get none of that, but I got money from the people who did. Thank you.
So if Trump gets back in there, economically, we're going to be looking a lot better.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I believe I'm cool with closing the borders too, because let us get some of the jobs too.
Do you feel like we have an immigration problem here in America?
Yes.
It's the worst I ever seen it.
And a lot of them moving to the black neighborhoods, open up their stores, they overcharge you, and then they try to cheat you, and then you got to argue with these people. No.
Where we can't even read the signs on the stores. They're in a whole nother language. In our own neighborhoods that we've been in all our life, they come over here and treat us bad. Like we the ones who don't belong here.
Yeah.
No
respectful.
The immigrants are disrespecting women.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who feel like Kamala is working for women's rights.
Because she's black, they feel like they have to vote for her because she is black.
But also women's rights.
They feel like because she's a black and she's a woman, they have to vote for her. But technically, what has she done? Like what women's rights? Like what? She's only acting like she care about black people to get the vote.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Come election night, who do you think ultimately is going to win?
Trump, you know he got it, man. On the bag, man. And it's going to be a landslide, man.
Oh, really? Trump was right back in 2016.
Damn, I don't want to say that. Damn, don't make me say it. Please don't make me say it. Bye, Kamala. See you later. And can't even talk like us. How you get a green card? You don't even know what you're saying. But they charge $20 over there for it. They come over here charge us $300.
Yeah.
For some damn braids. We sick of it. They say them geese, you cook one of them geese real slow, and you take the grease off of it, you pour it in the dressing. They say that's good dressing.
I don't really want to vote for either of them, but I'm probably going to vote for Trump.
Why Trump?
I just think my life and the 4 years he was president are better than they have been the last 4 years.
What do you think of Kamala?
She's all right. I don't really feel strongly towards either of them, so I don't know. I'm pretty neutral, right in the middle.
Who's going to win on election night?
I think Kamala's actually going to win.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
America's a shit show. We might as well just have Jerry Springer the president.
So Jerry Springer for prez?
I'd rather vote for a cat.
Vote for a cat, huh? You think Donald Trump's going to save the cats?
That's up to him. The police.
Why is it fun to riot?
Why is it not fun to riot? Because the police do cops.
That's a little dark.
No, it's not, man. The police are the worst, man. Blue lights don't matter.
What do y'all think of that?
No comment.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that.
Real quick, why you like Trump?
Because he did help the community.
What's going to happen if Kamala gets in?
Oh my God, it's gonna be ugly.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why Kamala?
Because she's a great leader.
What makes her a great leader?
Her personality, her intelligence.
What do you think of Trump?
Trump's pretty good, but I think we should go for Kamala this year. Try something different.
How's your life now under Joe Biden's leadership versus under Trump's leadership 4 years ago?
It's pretty much the same. You know, certain things are different on certain circumstances, but I say that I still go with Kamala. It's been going pretty good.
What's your favorite thing about Kamala?
Her ideologies, like her ideas that she put up for America.
What's your favorite idea of hers?
We should unite. Everybody should come together.
Is that why you don't like Trump? You think he might divide us?
No, I don't think he might divide us. I just think they just got different ideologies, like ideas and strategies on how they're going to change America.
Ultimately, who's going to win on election night, Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
How's your life now versus 4 years ago under Trump?
I've never seen a difference with any president. For me, financially, I don't think it matters, man.
Think the president can affect grocery prices, gas prices, stuff like that?
I mean, that's not a concern.
Ultimately, who's going to win on election night, do you think, Trump or Kamala?
I think it's a toss-up, man. But I think I would like to see Kamala get a shot.
You think Trump planned the assassinations?
He could have. This is America. He could have very well set them up, paid the people to whoever to keep their mouth shut or whatever, and it could have put fuel behind his base.
How about the second assassination attempt?
While he was out playing golf somewhere on his golf course? This is America. Who knows?
Trump planned the assassination attempts and Kamala's going to win.
Trump could have planned the assassinations attempt and Kamala might win. It's America. Who knows?
Who are you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
I feel like Trump, but at the same time, it's kind of either.
A lot of polls are actually showing that a lot of black men under 50 are voting for Trump. Why do you think that is?
In my defense, money.
What do you say to people who are like, well, we need to vote for Kamala because she's black?
What about Obama? What did you do when Obama was in chair?
Who's going to win on election night?
It's up to your vote to matter. That's who's going to win on the election.
I don't approve of either of them. I'm going to be truly honest with you. I don't feel like either one of them really connects to who I am. I want us to vote for America at the end of the day.
Which candidate do you think is going to put America first?
The one that's going to make sure there's money in our pocket. Not a STEMI. I'm talking longevity, man. I'm talking, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think Trump's going to get us there?
Look at him. Wants to ask the hard-hitting question. You know, I'm not sure. I'm going to be real. Like I said, I don't really approve of either candidate.
On election night, though, who's going to win?
Probably Kamala, probably going to win.
Why Trump?
Look at the way the world is since Harris and Biden's been in it.
You think we need to get him back in there?
I believe we do.
Who do you think ultimately is going to win on election night?
I'd say Harris is probably going to win it.
Why do you say that?
She shouldn't win it, but I believe she's going to.
Do you think that the election was rigged? A lot of people think that.
I do.
How do you think they rigged it? Because some people are like, well, they hid the story with the Hunter Biden, but some people are saying that they actually took votes away from Trump.
I believe they took votes away from Trump. We need Trump back in office.
Kamala Harris, of course, man. Come on now. Okay. Anybody with common sense would know that Donald Trump is not even an option.
What do you think of Trump?
Nothing. I think nothing of him.
If you saw him walking in the street, what would you say to him?
Why did he even get into politics?
Who is he really?
He's the devil.
What's your favorite, Kamala policy?
My favorite part of her policy is when she says she's working for the middle class, not to just get them in the game, but to get them ahead.
So you feel like Kamala is more for the middle class and Trump is more for the rich?
I don't feel like that. She is.
Were you better off these 4 years with Kamala Biden or the 4 years when Trump was in power?
So when he was in there and COVID came about and they came up with the stimulus and all of that, you know, that was a part of the government. That was a part of the budget that was in there for us anyway. He ain't gave us shit. So for all the dummies that's out there talking about I'm voting for Donald Trump because he gave me a check because his name was on it, y'all stupid.
So if there was a Republican candidate
That was talking like Kamala Harris and saying everything that she said, I would consider voting for them.
do you feel like you now, as a Democrat, are you okay with Dick Cheney? Like, is he cool now?
No.
Mainly the Iraq War was kind of
Right.
something that
part of his
he
doing.
put together.
Yeah, right. Part of his doing, right.
But it's been celebrated. And to me, that feels a little weird that, like, we're, like, celebrating
Yeah,
a
I'm not
man
celebrating.
who started
Yeah, right.
a lot of wars.
I'm with you on that. I'm not celebrating him at all. Only thing I appreciate is his vote for Kamala Harris.
So Republicans need to be for Kamala.
Yes, they do. They do.
What do you think of Liz Cheney's endorsement? What do you think about her coming over to vote for Kamala?
I think Liz Cheney is a hero. And I think Liz Cheney is not just doing it for no political reasons. She's doing it from her heart and doing it because she knows what's right.
Who do you think's going to win on election night?
I think Kamala Harris is going to win.
Trump, 100%.
100% Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Why Trump?
The only way we're gonna fix this mess.
You think what's going on here in America is a big mess?
It is a mess. We're making less money. When we had Trump, the economy was great. Everybody was working. Now everybody we're talking to is crying.
What do you think about the crime? Do you think we have a problem with crime here in America?
Of course. People don't have money.
What about Kamala? A lot of people have been voting for her. What do you think about that?
Go to Costco or go to Walmart. You're spending double than you're spending 4 years ago.
So you were better off 4 years ago with Trump than
Definitely.
with
Oh,
Biden?
My goodness, man, I got savings. My business were on top, and I'm in the transport. I have a friend in construction. I have friends in different areas, and we all been having a hard times now. When we had Trump, no wars, no bombs. Now, look at us. War is about to end, man.
Come election night, who do you think ultimately wins, Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Why Trump?
I like this country and I want it to be good. I remember gas for less than $2 and I miss that. I don't like how Biden said that he was only giving $750.
Yeah, what did you think of that specifically? I mean, them only giving out a certain amount of money when we just have been giving out money, it seems like, to migrants and different people who aren't American.
Biden literally said that there's no more money to give to the hurricane victims. He only gave them $750. When asked that, is there any more to give? He said, nope, that's all. And he turned his back to the camera. Even though I just saw a tweet from Kamala, I think it was literally today, saying that she's giving billions more to Lebanon. Why are we giving money to Lebanon? Why are there tens of billions of dollars in other countries that we will never see? Why is Zelensky's wife going on shopping sprees when we can't afford baby formula or gas or literally anything?
How important is your faith to you?
It's the most important thing.
For an undecided voter and somebody who's trying to figure out if they're going to vote for Trump or Kamala, what would you say to them?
Educate yourself. I believe he's the better candidate, but if you don't believe so, that's your own personal belief. I can't force you to vote for somebody, but read things that he said, not what the media said that he said. Like, watch the entire interview that they're quoting. Watch the entire rally that you're claiming that he's evil from or whatever the media said about him. Just read it for yourself. Like, I don't know, you'll probably come to the same conclusion that I have.
What do you like the most about Trump?
Hopes for the economy.
What about the economy mainly?
Job creation, jobs that pay more money, provide more benefits.
What do you think about Kamala? Because a lot of people are trying to decide who they're going to vote for. What do you think of her?
I actually have fears about the socialist movement. I've seen what happens what has happened in California, a beautiful city like San Francisco that has been very much defunding the police, liberalized, almost encouraging of vandalism and just, not a lot of structure behind it.
Do you feel like the country as a whole was better off under Trump or under Biden?
I think under Trump, it's one of these situations where I don't want him to be my pastor. He's not my best friend. I don't have a lot of respect for, necessarily how he treats people, but I think the strength and the deterrence in world affairs helps, and also the economy home-wise.
A lot of people are saying that Kamala is kind of a way forward just because we saw what Biden did, we saw what Trump did, and they weren't really the best result, and that we should vote for someone new. What do you say to those people?
I just think in terms of the track record of her leanings and potential socialism and Marxism and, having that type of a background and being very vocal about that doesn't bode well for, a democratic republic.
Why Trump?
I think it's going to dig this country out of the ditch, as well as get us out of the wars.
You believe the assassination attempt was divine intervention?
Oh, definitely. They're still going to try to kill him because that's the only way they can win.
So you think before Election Day there'll be another attempt on his life?
I'm sure there will be.
What would you say to a Kamala supporter?
Quit watching CNN. Open your eyes and open your ears to the truth. If her mouth is moving, she's lying.
Who's going to win on election night?
Depends on how bad the left cheats. How many dead people vote, how many illegals vote. All that mail-in ballot stuff is a scam.
So if there's no cheating, Trump will win?
Yeah.
If Kamala wins, it was rigged?
I believe so.
So you don't think Trump should be able to run for president?
No, I don't think he should be able to run, only because that's the law. If I went to jail, I wouldn't be able to work at McDonald's.
At the beach. I know he's at the beach when the hurricane hit.
So Joe was at the beach during Hurricane Helene?
Yes.
So you'd rather vote for a corpse over Trump or Kamala?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to vote for Kamala.
What do you think of Trump?
I don't think of Trump.
Good for entrepreneurs. They made money. I made money with him in office for sure.
So you were personally better off under Trump?
Me, personally, no.
What's your message to Trump?
I'm from South Mississippi. I have morals. I have values. I don't like the man. Sorry.
We're not grabbing anybody by the buddy.
We don't know anybody that's eating the cats or eating the dogs.
Yeah.
What do y'all think of no tax on tips from Trump? You think that would help you guys as restaurant workers?
No tax on tip would be cool.
So if Trump did the no tax on tips policy, would you vote for him?
Absolutely not, because that's not the only thing that's driving him. Like, the man is awful.
We're going to get something, but something's going to be taken away for sure.
Who's going to win on election night?
Honestly, probably Trump, to be honest.
What would you say to a Trump supporter?
Nothing.
All Trump.
Why Trump?
He's going to save America.
How's he going to do that?
A lot of things. He's going to close the border. He's going to reduce inflation.
So you think on election night he's going to win the swing states? He's going to win the election?
Swing states, yes. If not all.
How about in your kind of friends and family? Like, do you feel like, you have more people moving over to the Trump side?
Absolutely.
What would you say to an undecided voter to get them to vote for Trump?
Realize what's happening with America. There's high inflation. America is much less safe right now. And Kamala, if she could have changed things, she should have done it 3.5 years ago. And she didn't. She opted not to do it. Trump has already done it. He had 4 years of no wars. He had 4 years of low inflation. He had 4 years of a great economy. It's common sense. It's all common sense right now. I don't want sex changes for criminals.
What would you say to people who are worried about Trump and his attachment to Project 2025?
He has already been very clear that he's not attached to it. So that's fake news, as usual. And you look at his record and look at Kamala's record, it comes down to what happened 4 years ago, or when Trump had it for 4 years versus Kamala.
A lot of Democrats I talked to, they said Trump inherited Obama's economy. What do you say to that?
That's total bull.
Who's going to win?
Trump.
Any message to Kamala? Look at the camera. Any message to her?
Quit lying. Own your record. You had a record for 3.5 years. You did not close the border purposely. You could have done that by executive order. You did not. You were the last one to sign off on the Green New Deal. That killed the economy. That was part of the reason the economy went south. Own your record and quit lying. And start talking to the American people, telling them what your policies are, because no one knows.
Why Kamala?
She's kind of just the lesser of the evils. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with everything that Kamala does or even agree how the president runs America, but I don't support Donald Trump. I don't support his culture, his words, how he carries himself. I think that being a leader, you should be somebody people look up to and almost inspire, whether that be with your eyeballs, your movements, your breath, your words, your actions, in all aspects. So I just think that Kamala kind of fits the better role of being our next leader.
So you feel like Kamala inspires people and Trump doesn't inspire people?
Kamala might inspire people in more of a better way than Trump is inspiring people, because Trump is inspiring people to raid the Capitol, you know? So it's like...
Do you feel like he inspires hate then?
I think he kind of inspires separation. I won't say segregation, but separation, you know?
I feel like Trump is not, he doesn't have any sense?
Nope, not a lick, not a lick.
No sense at all, not even 5 cents.
Down here, we had a lot of hatred going on. People that just didn't like our color were able to say and do whatever they wanted to do. We don't need that. We want people to be family, friends, and be able to talk and love on each other. That's it. That's all we want. So my vote is for Kamala.
Who do you think is going to win on election night?
Kamala.
Young black men under 50 voting for Trump. What do you think about that?
Because somebody said that she put a lot of young black men in jail. And that's not true. You gotta do your research. I think it was 1,900 that went to court. 45 went to jail. And she also created a program to help men when they come out be introduced back into society. Stop listening to what you see and do your own research.
As a veteran, you got to be very careful who you're giving the country secrets to, who you're putting in charge of our troops, and who's going to have access to that national information that affects everybody, not just one small port. So we got to work across, no matter what party you're part of, everybody has to be able to work together.
I'll say Kamala Harris. I'm saying she's looking out for us instead of worrying about the people who already got it. That's how I look at it. So,
what is a policy that you really like of hers?
About her doing the thing with the taxes, like giving us a tax cut instead of the other way around. What Trump trying to do? He's trying to give them more money when we the ones need it.
Yeah, he's giving more money out to the rich.
That's what I'm saying. So we need help. We the ones that need the help. So why not put somebody in the chair that's gonna help us instead of somebody who's actually telling us beforehand, I'm not worrying about you. So I'm Kamala Harris all day. I choose Kamala Harris.
What do you say to somebody who's an independent voter and they're like, well, I don't know, I kind of like what Trump is doing, but I also want to kind of vote for Kamala. What do you say to kind of bring them over to Kamala's side?
Read, research, and see what's going to help you. See what's going to be good for your best interest and your future. If it doesn't make sense for your lifestyle, why would you vote for? Why would you put somebody in a chair that's not going to be worrying about you or looking out for you and your best interest? And we have to live here.
Who's going to win on election night?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala all the way.
Kamala all the way.
Why are you guys voting for Kamala?
I just think her views better align with what I'm looking for in a president. So I don't know, the same. She has a brain.
She has a brain. How about Donald Trump? Does he have a brain?
Debatable. Sometimes he says things and I'm just like, I don't know where that came from. So
Like what? What's a good example of that?
when he talked about the hurricane, he was like, we've never seen such like a wet hurricane before, and I don't really know what that means. Yeah. So
Is Donald Trump going to save the cats?
I don't think so. I don't think he has that capability.
What's your favorite Kamala policy?
Needs to protect the right to abortion and everything. I think is super important, especially with what just happened in a different part of Georgia with that woman dying because she wasn't able to get good abortion access. I think Kamala kind of changing how this country views abortion is really important.
Donald Trump is always saying that they can kill the baby in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month. Do you guys think that's happening? And do you agree that that should be able to happen if it is or not?
I don't think that's happening 99% of the time.
What do you feel about Georgia? How's it all kind of moving? See a lot of Trump supporters in your mix?
I was definitely surprised how many Trump supporters came in town when he was here a few weeks ago for the rally, but I was out of town when the whole Kamala visit happened, but I think there were more visitors for that.
On election night, who's going to win, Trump or Kamala?
Better be Kamala. Praying to God it's Kamala. I have to say Kamala. I can't manifest anything else.
Trump wins. What's going to happen to your lives under a Trump presidency?
Honestly, don't know, and I'm a little scared to find out. I think things are just going to get progressively worse for women's rights, abortion rights, gay rights, all the stuff that matters to me personally. So I don't know. I feel like I'll just be very afraid at all times of what could happen to, she said, my rights.
You guys going to vote in the election?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How would you convince an independent voter to vote for Kamala over Trump?
I mean, I think it's important to do your own research and everything, but just really think about how it's going to affect not only you, but the other people in your community and everything. Because I think people can be very individualistic when they're voting and just think about themselves. And I think it's important to think about the rights of the country as a whole, and I think they need to be kind of considerate of how it affects other people and not just directly themselves. So yeah, I think it's just really important to do your own research, especially for people that are just now coming of voting age. It's really easy to just vote with your family or vote with other people that you know without doing your own research. So just make sure you look into what you care about, which hopefully is Kamala.
Would y'all say anything different to a Trump supporter?
I mean, I just asked them to do their own research, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, if they're like, I'm voting for Trump, there's not much I can really do about that, so.
Is the assassination attempts a hoax?
I don't think so, but I've definitely seen some things where it was kind of like, I'm a little convinced.
I mean, I don't think so, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we found out that it was.
Trump, of course.
Why
Go
Trump?
Okay, first of all, the world was not on fire like it is right now. He cut taxes. He built up our military. He was trying to secure our border, which right now is a mess. The economy was busting. I'm an egg eater, and I can't even buy eggs. $5, $6 for a carton of eggs. The whole economy is a wreck. Biden said he was going to unite people. Well, we're actually a lot more divided now. Trump is the right choice, so quite frankly, the world needs Trump. I really hope that he can pull through, and I really hope we can get back on track.
A lot of Democrats say, well, a VP can't really make those kind of decisions, and so we're going to give her a chance to actually be the one in charge to make those decisions. What do you think of that? And do you think she can actually accomplish anything?
The president did appoint her border czar, and that is one of our biggest problems. So at least on that one particular job, she didn't do. And there were times that we pressured her to, hey, have you been to the border and whatnot? And then her famous words were, well, I haven't been to Europe either. Now all of a sudden she makes time to go to the border. Well, you were border czar. Okay, so that's one of the issues that she could have made a difference, and she didn't.
You think she worked at McDonald's?
Accordingly, she claims that she did, but McDonald's themselves say she didn't. I tend to believe McDonald's. So therefore, that's a lie. And there's been other lies too.
3 key issues all Democrats say won't vote for Trump is 1, abortion, 2, immigration and his rhetoric, and 3, January 6th, and he's a threat to democracy. What would you say to them?
Trump did not become a dictator. Trump did not order the military to secure his victory, though he lost. Trump eventually left office.
What would you say to a Kamala supporter?
She's for woke. And I know, she's a woman, and she's a woman of color, and I totally understand that. But also, too, not just because that is the case, it means that she should automatically be given, an opportunity. And actually, the world and the country was much better off than it is right now.
On election night, who's going to win, Trump or Kamala?
I pray to God that it's Trump.
Okay,
There's no way in the world you got even the gangs are coming over, taking over. In 6 to 8 different states, you got the Venezuelan gang, Tren de Agua, they're coming over here taking over. How is that possible?
Are they here in Atlanta?
Are they here? Yeah, there's some here in Atlanta.
Okay.
But they better not come over here. Not to the mighty men of David.
That was hard.
You talking about who to vote for? Give me that Deuteronomy 17:15.
Chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Is Kamala Harris one of us?
A lot of people think that she's one of us.
I don't care about the thinking, the thought. I'm talking about the facts. The facts is her great-grandfather and her grandfather are Irish. They came and they married Hindu women. She came over here and they colonized Jamaica. She moved to Jamaica and now her dad is saying, oh, I'm Jamaican. That's like as ignorant as saying those white people who colonized Africa, South Africa, move over there, now they saying they're African. No, they're Europeans. No different than a Jewish man living in Israel saying, oh, look, I'm actually a Jew. I'm the true Jew of the Bible. No, they colonized that land and took it over. No, Kamala Harris is not black. She's white. She's a Caucasian. She's of the nation of Esau, and she's going to burn in hell with the rest of them. Why are we voting for somebody who's taking care of the Asian community but is not going to vote for us? One thing about Donald Trump, he's a goddamn devil. But I respect that devil because he told me he's a devil. I ain't going to do nothing but for these rich white people, and I'm not doing nothing for y'all. So guess what? I'm fine with that. I can deal with a person that's honest with me than a person that's going to come and lie to me. I'm going to do this and that for y'all and don't do nothing.
Trump did do some prison reform, right? What did you think of that?
I think it's bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. Because a man just died in prison. They cooked him. They turned the air off and he cooked in prison. You don't see black cops out here running around killing white people. Show me one piece of legislation she put forth to say, we're going to stop this dumb going on with these black people.
So Kamala is completely out. You would never vote for her?
No.
If there was somebody from the Atlantic slave trade who was running, would you vote for them?
Absolutely, depending on their policies. Because I wouldn't vote for them if they cooning. If they out here running around being a coon.
Just because they look like us don't mean they are us. Okay. Kamala Harris, just because she got some melanin in her skin tone don't mean she's black.
I feel like a lot of people are going to comment underneath this and they're going to say she's black.
I remember when she first ran, she said she was the first Indian,
Asian American,
to win.
All right, so are you guys fully black?
What you mean fully black? We don't think she's black at all.
No, what I want you to do, and your viewers to do, go and research Dred Scott. It's still in the Constitution. It states black people of this country, slaves, were never meant to be citizens of this nation. And it's still on the books today. Fact check me.
Why Trump?
Kamala's had a chance to do what she said she needs to do, and she probably should have done it by now.
Yeah, a lot of people have felt that way, but some people are saying, because she's the vice president, they don't really get that much to do, that it's really not her fault, and this could be something new. What do you say to those kind of people?
She hasn't done anything. None of us, probably you. Can you think of anything she's done? Tell me what she's done, right? You can't. Can you? Mr. Cameraman? Can't think of one thing she's done. So let's make her president. That's smart, right? Let's have an employee that we don't know what they've done for 4 years, and let's put them in charge. Let's make them the CEO.
Did you feel like Pence did a lot when he was vice president?
I feel that Pence supported a strong leader at the time. You don't have to like Trump, but he's definitely a leader.
Interesting. You say you don't really like him. What do you dislike about him?
Kind of a dick, right? He's an arrogant narcissist, misogynist probably, but he's a leader, not a follower. And that's what we need right now.
So Trump is what we need here in America moving forward?
No. Moving forward, we definitely need a polished person to lead us. But we have, unfortunately, a choice between a non-leader, a follower, who hasn't done shit for 4 years, and a leader who we think is going to do something. So that's what we need now. Then we need Trump gone forever. Then we need some new blood that'll actually lead us forward. So yeah, we're in this situation, but that's what we need right now.
Kamala or Trump on election night?
I think it'll be Trump by a fair margin.
Do we have an immigration problem here in America?
Not even a question. Take a look at New York. Go to look in New York, streets of New York. You got hotels full of people who can't speak English with no money. That makes sense, right? What are we doing? It's moronic.
Why Kamala?
Kamala, I figure she's a young person. It's time to put some young blood in there, and let's see what the young situation is. Politics has just gone down the toilet. I remember when people worked together.
What's the number one thing Trump did that you dislike?
I'm not mad at him for the wall, but I am mad at him for what he was doing with NATO. He did not want to go and work with the other countries. It seemed like he wanted, we're going to do this, we're going to do it our way and everything else. And in the world, you have to work with everybody.
A lot of people I talked to feel like he did do a lot of those backdoor deals because there were no new wars under his presidency. What would you say to them?
We had wars beforehand, we've had wars after that. And generally what it is when a Republican is in office, we don't have a war. When a Democrat is in, we do have one. It's just been the way politics has been. When he was in power, they were still fighting over in Afghanistan. We still had troops over there. So it's not that we didn't have a war, we were still fighting over in Afghanistan. But he had made it that we were supposed to be getting out of it, and he kind of left. When Biden took over, my word was, we're going to stop the war at this time. You got to get them out. And then Biden screwed that damn thing up terribly.
When it came to the Afghanistan pullout, Kamala says she was the last person in the room to approve the decision. What do you think of that?
The president beforehand, Donald Trump, had basically set a timeline. He said, we're going to be out of here by this date. And let's face it, they've been fighting for almost 20 years. It was time to get out of there. I mean, you were not going to be making any more headway. It was like with Vietnam.
How do you think Kamala and Joe have done on the economy and immigration?
Prices came up after we had the COVID, and it's just been a domino effect since then. And as far as immigration goes, people come into this country. My parents, your ancestors, all of our ancestors have been coming into this country because it's a better way of life. You're not going to stop that. What you have to do is you got to stop bickering back and forth, set a certain guideline as to what you're going to do, and do that.
There was just a report that came out that since the Harris administration took office, that 425,000 criminals from the other countries have come across the border. Do you feel like there should be a vetting process before they come in to make sure that we're not...
That's the problem. Because they don't have the courts, they don't have the judges and stuff to handle the volume. Giving it a quick briefing, looking at what the paperwork is and everything, and putting them in here. And then once they come into the country, they kind of just blend in with everybody. When you're saying you don't want them in here, most of these people who are working or coming in here, they're paying taxes. They're working, they're making an income, they're paying income taxes and stuff.
Who's going to win on election night?
I think Kamala Harris is going to win.
Ultimately, who's going to win on election night?
Ultimately, I think it's Trump. That's the whole reason why he's on the ballot. They want him to win.
Kamala needs to shut up and Trump needs to win.
Trump need to win.
Please, Kamala. Please.
Oh, Trump, most definitely.
Who's going to win on election night?
I hope Trump.
I think it's a toss-up, man. But I think I would like to see Kamala get a shot.
I think Kamala Harris is going to win.
Trump, 100%.
I think Trump will, because I think what's going to come out about Kamala not being, 100% black, and that her lies are going to come to the light.
Come election night, who do you think ultimately is going to win?
Trump, you know he got it, man. On the bag, man. And it's going to be a landslide, man.
Oh, really?
I really honestly don't know. I thought it was Trump before Kamala came in. Now I think it's a toss-up.
I'm hoping that Harris wins. I pray to God that it's Trump.
Honestly, probably Trump, to be honest.
Kamala.
Kamala Harris.
Probably Kamala, probably going to win.
Who's going to win on election night?
Kamala Harris.
I think Donald Trump will win. Kamala.
I think Kamala is actually going to win.
Who's going to win?
Trump, absolutely.
Kamala. I definitely think Kamala.
Better be Kamala. Praying to God it's Kamala.
Trump.
Who's going to win?
Trump.
Sincerely, the voter's voice.